And you're the professional, they're coming to you looking for help, okay? And so you gotta, that boundary has a lot of times been established already, and you know, what you might question, you know, what you want to do, so it can be difficult, Very. Well, very, now I'm hearing very difficult. Okay, it can be very difficult, right. Okay, so in this setting, it will be necessary for the counselor to place the needs and care of the client above their own needs. Okay, so if it's going to be difficult, if there's going to be an emotional investment, okay, we are human beings, we have feelings, we have emotions, they can be counter-transference, but, you know, it is that we have to place the patient's needs above our own. Every time. Every single time. Okay? So, we're talking about the CASAC canon of professional ethics. and how that works in your professional careers. And as you are a professional, how the ethics in your behavior and your decision making works together. So, I'm going to see if I can give you a visual on that. All right, so here's a patient. Early recovery, he's not doing that great. He's doing okay. Doing okay. He's 26 years old. Let's give him some identity. He's 26 years old, and he's male or female, but in this case, we'll call him John. Okay? So he has an identity. But it could be Josephine. Could be anybody. Okay, so here's our patient. Here you are. Here's our counselor. Okay? Now, you know all about the counselor-client therapeutic alliance, and we all work in motivational interviewing and client-centered treatment, and we work in collaboration with the patients to identify their needs that we're going to work on in their treatment plan. And we know a lot about John or Joe. We know a lot about them. Okay, so, and here we are. Now, the CASAC, Canon of Ethical Principles, I'll put it like this, but who does that protect? Who does the Canon of Ethical Principles protect? John or Joe? Or you, or me, or us? Who does it protect? Well, it definitely protects the client. But it also protects the counselor. So if you said both, which I'm sure you did, you'd be right. So, as we go forward with the online training course, this is going to be the Canon of Ethical Principles, and we're going to call that a wall of professionalism. A wall of professionalism. Okay? The CASAC Canon of Professional Ethics is a wall of professionalism. Okay? Now, does that graphic predict or show the true nature of the counselor-client relationship or counselor-client therapeutic alliance? Is it shown correctly? Am I correct there with that? Where's my erase? Okay. Let me give you a true depiction. Here's our client. This is you, the counselor. Okay? That's a little bit, that graphic is a little bit more representative of what we do. And here's our wall of professionalism. Okay? So why is it like that? It's because there is an exchange of power here. This is not an equal, egalitarian relationship. The patient, the client, gives up some of their power to us. But it could be willingly, it could be not willingly, it could be a mandated client, it could be a parole officer over here, a probation officer, a DWI, courts, legal cases, And they really do give up some of their power and authority to us. Or it could just be someone who's looking for help, volunteer patient, walks in the door, whether he's chased in by monsters, or their family, or just sick and tired of being sick and tired, or they've had enough, or they want help, or they don't want help. Either way, if they want help, yes. If they don't want help, we don't care. I don't care what gets the patient in the door. Just have a seat and let's work on it from here. Okay, but there is an exchange of power, and over a period of time, they start to trust you, believe you, know that you're not going to give them bad information or tell them something that would be put a bump in their path or trip them up. They trust you and are open and start to be vulnerable with us, with you. And they tell you things that they've never told anybody before. And you are someone who listens to them. And this could be the first time that someone has actually listened to them, because their family don't listen to them anymore. Their friends, their boyfriends, their best friends, their cousins, their roommates. Well, nobody wants. Some people don't want anything to do with them. Doors have been shut in their face. Nobody wants to listen to them anymore. And maybe that's gone on for years, even decades. You are listening to them. You're understanding. You're not judging them. And they trust you. Because there's a real exchange of power there. Carl Rogers says, Dr. Carl Rogers says, when someone listens to you and pays attention and hears you without judging you, that feels damn good. And it does. Okay, so there is an exchange of power there. And you have some power there. Now, when we talked before, when we were talking about the code of ethics and virtue ethics, there is an opportunity for exploitation of that power. And has that happened in our? Have you ever seen that happen with a counselor? I have, over the years, over 30 years. I've seen it where counselors have taken advantage of that. And whether, it's been reported and clinical supervisors get involved and people can lose their CASAC and be drummed out of the business. Like I said before, we were talking about, you want to throw your careers away. It's easy. Okay, so there's an exchange of power here, and this is more representative of the relationship. And we can really do some good work with our clients because of this. But we cannot exploit that. Okay? All right. Just want to take a quick look at the website here and what we have up here in the tabs. Here's all my OASAS approved courses from the Institute for Learning and Development that I provide on-site training for, and the online courses for individuals to take on their own. So this, I go to programs for training the entire treatment team, and this is for counselors to take on their own. And also programs can order some CDs to train their entire treatment team. And I want to point out, this is The Whole, A Story of Addiction, Relapse and Recovery. This is a homemade amateur video short story film, about 21 minutes, of an individual who lives his life as if he belonged in a dirt hole. He thinks he belongs there, and I base it on what I've heard from clients over the years, that they get in and out and keep going back and relapsing and back in the hole, and then they get used to it. So, and that works great showing that with clients too. I have some other free educational PowerPoints here. Here's it's a comprehensive training on nicotine, the real gateway drug that programs can order and train their whole treatment team. And that is also going to be online as an individual course. And then when you've completed courses here, if you go to My Courses Student Dashboard, that's where you log in, if you are logged in, or you can log in, and it keeps a record and has all your certificates, and you can print out and retrieve your certificates of achievement and print them out and send them to OASAS for your renewal certification. Okay, so that's just a quick look at the website.